Manchester United are FA Cup finalists, having beaten Brighton by, well, on penalties. I was going to say by 7-6, but beating them on penalties, 6-7. I'm happy. I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy bloke. I have to say, I'm a very, very happy man. It got stressful. And I when we got to the penalty shootout, I was shitting myself. I did think, it's done. It's done. We're not going to win. But Baldy, he knows what he's doing. Every time I doubt the Baldy, whatever he's done just comes out. I question some of the substitutes. Bringing on Weghorst. I mean, I still question that. That was a strange one. But we won the game, and how much can you really complain when you win? Winning's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. And to win it on penalties, given all the heartbreak we've had on penalties recently, the Villarreal in the Europa League final, Middlesbrough last season. I mean, they're just Man United from what I can think of. There would be more for United, I'm sure. I've had England so many times with England. The Euros sticks in my mind. To finally have won a penalty shootout, it feels lovely. It feels great. And to be in another final at Wembley, another day out at Wembley against Manchester City to protect our treble. What a moment. And look, it's Manchester United's treble to lose. It's our record. It's our historic thing. And to be the team to be able to go and defend that there's no greater opportunity for these players. Look, a lot of these players will be fighting for their futures long term. And what a better opportunity to do to state your claim as being a first team regular for years to come than by going to Wembley, beating Manchester City there, and then be able to say, look, this historic treble that we won in '99 is still intact because of me, because of my performance. And it's an opportunity as a player you'd love to have, and you can't turn it down. You don't lose. If you want to play for Manchester United, you've got to win your cup finals. That there's no doubt about. So it's on the players now, isn't it? When talking about today, look. First of all, I want to give my hats off to Brighton. They were fantastic. They had some great opportunities today, but I think United played well. I have to say, I think we played well. Look, were we the most dominant team in the world? No. But did we have to be? No. We had a job to do today. Win. Get to the final. What did we do? We won. We got to the final. So we did our job. And at times it wasn't pretty. At times it wasn't the most convincing performances. But we got it over the line. And you look at the stats, you can't begrudge us the win. You really can't. Same amount of shots, same amount on target. Yeah, they've had more possession. But it's about the areas in which they use the possession. And ideally, yes, I would have loved to have more possession than them. But ultimately, that will come. That will come the longer we work with Eric Ten Hag, and these players work with Eric Ten Hag. That will come. Because Brighton have had it for years. And with Graham Potter, they had years of learning to play this way so they can come to games like this and dominate proceedings. We will get there in the end. And we will be able to do that against Brighton's, against all the best teams in the world, like the Liverpools do, like the Arsenals are doing. Our moment will come. But from what we are right now, we played the way we had to play to make sure we got through this game. And we're going to see a similar performance like that when we play Man City in the final. I don't mind playing like that as long as the results come. That's what came today. The result came, so I could not care how we played, how we did it. We got over the line. Individually, I don't think there's many bad performances. I'm looking at that team. I can't say I give a bad performance. I'm very, very, very happy. I'm thoroughly happy with that performance from Manchester United today. To be finalists is a great thing. It's an opportunity that a lot of players don't get, and we haven't been in this situation where we've played 2 cup finals in a year for however long, probably since 2017. We've won one already. Let's win another. What's stopping us? We can use the heartbreak of the Seville game to motivate us. Top 4 should be wrapped up. Spurs losing, getting smashed today. Should see us get top 4. That has to become almost a priority now. Well, it is a priority given football more than at this point. If you're offering me top 4 or third place, or the FA Cup, I think I would say give me both. But if I had to pick one, I'm picking Champions League. Because we've won the EFL Cup, which is great. We need the FA Cup as well. But the Champions League football is a must for next season. Because we need it to attract players. And you can't keep playing Europa League football. We just can't. Get the Champions League football in. And we'll go from there. But I think we can do both. And that we should be doing both at the end of the day. Newcastle are good, don't get me wrong. But I don't think they're as unbelievable as a lot of people are making out. I think we can beat them. I'll make that very, very clear. I think we are better than Newcastle. I think we can beat them. We beat them in the EFL Cup final. I think we did that fairly easily. We should be getting third place, and that should be wrapped up easy. We go on Wednesday, we play Spurs. It's ironic. It's a bit annoying that Spurs get battered the week before they play us, so that they'll have their ass kicked in gear for when they play us. Their big game, their cup final. But it's easy. We'll go beat them, and then we'll beat whoever we've got left, and we'll take third place. We'll go to the FA Cup final in June, and we'll go win that too. Player ratings. Like I said, a lot of good. I don't think I can really give anyone a bad rating. David De Gea made some big saves and big moments. Didn't save a penalty. Went right way a few times. I think he would have saved Solly March's penalty as well. He went the right way. He got across. I think it was a good penalty and it was on target. I think he saves it. On the ball, not great. I didn't like the constant long balls. Didn't work for me. I'll give him a 7. You know what? I'll give him an 8. We're in the FA Cup final. Give him an 8. He made some big saves. Wan-Bissaka against Mitoma. I thought he was fantastic, Wan-Bissaka. He gets an 8 as well. Honestly, I think I can't think of a really where Wan-Bissaka went wrong. Shut Mitoma down completely. James Maddison. Just imagine how good you've got to be. James Maddison has tweeted about Wan-Bissaka. Let me get it up. This is how good this bloke was today. Against Mitoma, who's been one of the best wingers since post-World Cup. Here it is. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is ridiculously good at 1v1 defending. Probably the best in the world, bar none. So many wingers run out of ideas when playing directly against him. Could not agree more, James Maddison. And Mitoma, he was a victim of it today. He had no answer for him at all. He was so good. So many crucial blocks as well. I remember there was one where Mitoma came inside, blocked the first one, and then got across. He didn't block the second one, but if it was on target, he would have got the block in. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, Wan-Bissaka today. I'm so happy with his performance. And again, he's just proven time and time again why he deserves to stay at Manchester United and why me and so many other people have always backed Wan-Bissaka for so long. Lindelof and Shaw, I think that they were all great actually. Generally, I want to give 8s all round the back line. I think Dallo was probably the weakest of the lot, but generally, I thought they were all fantastic. I was so happy with all of them. Luke Shaw slots into centre back and he doesn't put a foot wrong. Lindelof the same. Obviously, Lindelof scored the winning penalty as well. Because he scored the winning penalty, I'm going to give Lindelof our man of the match. I think Victor Lindelof today was absolutely fantastic. Can't think of anything he did wrong. Dealt with whether it was Undav, whether it was Welbeck, whether it was Mitoma, whoever, he dealt with him. And I can't think, like I said, I can't think of him of a foot where he put a foot wrong. Fantastic day, Victor Lindelof. I think a 6 for Eriksen and a 7 for Casemiro. He got booked early on, Casemiro, and I think you could tell he was booked. Some challenges where he probably go flying into it, he was a little bit more reserved. He was still a very good... Look, Casemiro is unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. He's so good. And at times, he's conducting that midfield by himself. Because when you have Eriksen or Fred, whoever it is going forward, he's on his own so often, but he deals with it. He's so good, Casemiro. A 7 for him is still a very good performance. I'm very happy with him. Eriksen, I think he was very quiet today, Eriksen. Apart from that one shot, which Sanchez easily saved, I can't think of much he really did. I thought him coming out for Fred was the right sub. Not a bad performance, but not a great one. 6. And Anthony, I thought he looked a bright spark. I give him a 7. He got a few good shots away. Could have and should have passed at times. And there was Martial for one of them. I think for 2 of them actually. But generally, I thought he was a threat, especially in the second half. If we got him on the ball more, I think that would have been more beneficial. I think he was unlucky to be subbed off when he was. I was happy with Anthony's performance, so he gets a 7. Bruno, he got himself about probably 7 as well. Got himself about 1. I don't like him on the right. He played well, Bruno Fernandes. But the thing with Bruno Fernandes, not only is he a fantastic player, a 7 again is a very good performance from Bruno Fernandes. But the overall impact that Bruno Fernandes has on the team is so clear to see. Even when Bruno Fernandes plays badly, him being on that pitch, his leadership makes Manchester United a better team. And we are a better team for him being on the pitch than we are when he's off of it. And even when he doesn't play well, he doesn't put in an amazing shift. Because like I said, good performance from Bruno Fernandes. I don't think he was out of this world. We're a much better team with him on. Rashford, six. I don't think he was at his best today, Rashford. He had bright sparks. I don't think he looked as good as Anthony or Bruno. Or I don't think he offered as much. But look, when he had his moments, he looked dangerous. And look, that's not completely on Rashford. I think defensively he had a job to do. Today was about being defensively strong and having a structure, not letting Brighton play through us, and Rashford was a big part of that. It was clear he was the outball Rashford, which made it a little bit harder for us. There's no doubt about that, because they knew, look, Espetunyan could get forward a little bit more, be a little bit less secure defensively, knowing that the outball was always going to be Rashford anyway. And generally, I felt like Adam Webster did quite a good job up against Rashford, but there was moments where Rashford looked dangerous. Obviously, scored his penalty as well. Very good performance. Well, a good performance from Rashford. I can't complain. Martial, I think it's a similar story to Rashford. It was a defensive performance today from Manchester United. He played his role in that, pressed well from the front, generally held the ball up well, won free kicks well. Didn't really get a sniff at goal. The only one chance he really got was that chip from however many yards, however far out, which is never really going to go in. I thought he held the line well. If once or twice he got a bit unlucky not to be played through by Anthony, as I discussed. But generally, I was happy with Martial's performance. He gets a 6. When we look over to the subs, Weghorst, I'll give him a 6. Nothing great, nothing awful. Weghorst, 6. Sancho, I thought he looked fairly lively, but he wasn't great. 6. Fred can have a 7. Malacia 6. I think Fred got about. Sabitzer, another 6. Look, Fred got about, and I think the sub came at the right time. Helped to see the game out, and offered just that little bit more defensive stability. Sabitzer came on. He was fine. Again, did a similar job to Fred. But I think it was clear those subs were to see us to penalties, and we backed ourselves in the penalties. I don't think those subs were to go win the game. Erik ten Hag, I'll give him an 8. I'll give Erik ten Hag an 8. We won the game. Doesn't really matter how you do it, does it? We won the game, and that's what matters. Brighton, yeah, you can say they were the better team, but I'll tell you what, I know whose shoes I'd rather be in. If you're offering me either going to Wembley to play in the FA Cup final or being the better team but losing in the semis, I'm taking going to the final. We won the game, and that's what it was all about today. Might not have been in the prettiest fashion, might not have been in the way long term we want to be winning and playing, but it's his first year, a second cup final, a thoroughly dogged performance. I don't believe under Solskjaer or Ragnick this type of performance was really capable. And we've seen so many times as throwaway leads. I think back to the Solskjaer days of RB Leipzig, PSG, where we need a point and we qualify and we lose both games and we throw it away. So we concede early, and it's happened on multiple occasions. I'm sure it happened under Ragnick. Not that I can think of a time it happened, of an occasion it happened, but it's happened before, and the fact that today it didn't, and we never truly looked like conceding, and if anything, I think the best chances really fell to us, and we could have won that game. Is very encouraging, and I'm very happy. So Erik ten Hag gets his 8. Man of the match, Victor Lindelof scored the winning penalty. Iceman at the back. Congratulations, Manchester United are FA Cup finalists. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.